Okay, so we will go ahead and get started right now. Thank you so much for being here on this Monday night. Welcome to the Royal We. And it looks like Monique McPhee is the first one on. Thank you so much for being here, Monique. I'm so excited that you're here. And hello, Heather Q. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to allow just a couple of minutes here for people to sign on. I'm not exactly sure still if people are notified right away when the live stream starts. I don't know. From what I understand, it doesn't work that way. I hear that people do not get notified. Hi, Tanya. Thank you so much for being here. Tanya, I do have some things that I want to talk to you about at some point, being that you are a steady and stable moderator and a huge part of the Royal We. So I will have to get together with you either after this, as far as over the phone, after this live session or at another time. Hi, Monique. All right, so we'll give a couple more minutes before we get started while we listen to some music. Just give you a call. Can I just go ahead and do that? I will do that then. Hi, Anita. How are you doing? D-Doll. Need to talk to you as well. Thank you so much. Kelly, how are you doing? Time for peace. Hello, 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 hello. All right, so everybody's coming in. So the notification is out, and it looks like the Royal We is ready to start. And so let's go ahead and get started on the live Royal We tonight so we can get into talking about some things in regards to healing from narcissistic abuse, and also hopefully get to hear from some of you. I really hope that we get some phone calls tonight. There's no need to be shy. I believe Blue is in the house. I had to stop what I was saying right there as my heart just about jumped out of my chest as I saw Blue's name pop up there. But what we're going to do, man, now I just lost my train of thought there. We're going to get into this. Hopefully we'll get some telephone calls because we want to hear from you, because this is your platform. This is your time of healing. This is your time to ask the questions, make the statements, and get connected in a way that brings healing. So hopefully tonight we will hear from somebody. The telephone number will be posted, and so we do hope to hear from some of you. So let's go ahead and get started with the typical Royal We intro stuff here. Welcome to the Royal We. The Royal We is brought to you by the Patreon membership. So for those of you who are not Patreons, please consider going over to Patreon. There's not a whole lot going over there, guys. All right. And it's more difficult than I thought it would be because it's an actual platform that requires different videos and posts and all kinds of that stuff. And it's enough just to do this on the Royal We Live and also the regular videos and the website and all that stuff. So, but however, it is still a central part of support. So if you would like to support to maintain the Royal We Live, which is this community right here, it's optional. You can support through Patreon. Head on over to Patreon and consider supporting the Royal We Live. And I'm still going to hold true that with 300 Patreon members, we will go live every single night. Probably even less. 300 is way out there, but we'll see what happens, right? But anyway, that's what's going on. Let me introduce the moderators to you. The moderators for tonight, Taylor, she puts the dream in hashtag the dream team. Be sure to give her a lot of love. Blue is here to link you up, and you will find all kinds of links and all kinds of stuff from Blue. She will post things at lightning speed for you to help you out. Tanya gives the best virtual hugs on the internet, and she's definitely here for you. And D-Doll is queen of the one-liners. So watch out for D-Doll. But this is the heart of the Royal We. These ladies right here, they're here to help you out and just welcome you, and also make sure that the Royal We community is a safe place to be and on a Monday night. And make sure that you get your questions answered. Also check out the Royal We Facebook group that's headed up by them, and they'll give you the information and accept you or reject you. I actually have one time tried to get involved, and I was rejected out of the Facebook group. I wasn't rejected. I think they just weren't sure who I was. And so maybe maybe another time. Hey, Julianne Andrews, how are you doing? It's good to see you there. And let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and get started with tonight's topic. Before I get into tonight's topic, though, I do want to make an announcement for those of you who do not know. I know I've taken a little bit of a break from putting together the organic videos, and I still owe you the third and final video on the struggle after narcissistic abuse. I talked about rebuilding, right, which is based on the arche, the ancient Greek word arche. You're rebuilding your life from scratch, from ground zero, from being destroyed by narcissistic abuse, whether it's your parents, friends, coworkers, boyfriend. You are starting life over. This is what the ancient Greek people referred to as arche. It's a very real struggle. It becomes a power. It's a ruler over your life. Why would arche rule your life? Well, the simple answer is because wherever you go, there you are. So you cannot go anywhere and escape the reality of your world, your life, which has been broken down and destroyed by the narcissist. So you have no choice but to rebuild. Okay, that's the first struggle. The second struggle is exousia. Exousia is a power that grips your life. It's a power that overcomes you. This becomes the voice inside of your head that leads you to believe that you are not capable, not good enough, not strong enough to be anything other than broken down and where you are. And how does this happen? This happens because the narcissist projects onto you everything that they hate in life. They project onto you that you're a bad person. They vomit this all over you, and in a weird way, a transformation takes place. It's actually called transference. The longer you're involved with this relationship, and again, doesn't matter if it's parents, boyfriends, girlfriends, bosses, coworkers, whatever it is, the longer you're involved in that environment, subconsciously, you start to take on these roles. You start to take on that delegation. It becomes an authority in your life. You're handed over the delegation. The narcissist is saying, I'm not going to be the bad person. I've been the bad person all my life. Everybody's hated me and I don't want it. I am now that you're in my life, I'm taking a step up in the corporation of this world, and you are now the bad person. You now have the job and the responsibility that I once had that everybody hates, and that's you. Basically, it's what's going on. And so you've been delegated this role. How do you break this? Well, you have to get out of the world of the narcissist, because as long as you're in the narcissist world, you will be in that delegation, right? I know it's deep, I understand, but it's going to be wrapped up in the final video. I'm working on it. What's different about this video is I actually need help. So I'm trying to get other people to be in the video with me, which is not an easy thing to do. You know, I'm just, because they have to act certain roles. I'm trying to get people to act certain roles for this video. It's difficult. Hey, would you like to be in my YouTube video? I'm talking about narcissistic abuse, and my name's Kevin and Royal We. Maybe you've heard of it. No? Okay, would you like to be in my video anyways? No? Okay, all right. How about you? Would you like to be in my video? No? Okay. It's people don't necessarily like to be in videos. I'm learning this. It's not, when I was younger, it seems like young kids, they're, oh, sure, man, I'll be in the video. But when you're a little bit older, adults are like, no, what is it? YouTube? What? My face is going to be on your social? No, I'm not interested. Okay. So I'm up against that. So pray for me that there would be a lot of the right people to fill these roles in this video would come together. All right. And with that being said, yeah. So that video is in the works, but I've also been very busy on the new Royal We website. Now, I encourage you all right now to go on over to jointheroyalwe.com and just check out what is being put together and built. You don't have to do it right this minute if you don't want to miss out on what's going to happen live. But the Join the Royal We website is finally, it's finally what I have personally been looking for as a central location, a central hub for everything. Through the website, I now have a better ability to work on the social media aspect, Instagram, Facebook posts, blogs. I can blog about some stuff. I've got appointments, the best thing in the world. Okay, I do have the Royal We course, but as you know, it becomes very difficult when I also take free phone calls, and I stopped knowing who was calling Was it somebody who's taken the course or somebody who's just calling because they saw the number on Facebook? So as those of you who are growing with me, you're going to realize that the Royal We has had a very sloppy beginning, but it's really coming together. Thanks a lot to you as well, and to the moderators and all the suggestions and everything. So jointheroyalwe.com is the central hub. It's putting all this together. So now there are appointments, and so people who take the course, or if you would just like to schedule an appointment, the ability is there, the calendar is there, availability is there, Skype is set up, hour-long phone appointments for one-on-one personal conversations, working with you in your particular situation and how to heal, what needs to take place, and opening your eyes to certain things that are happening in your life, and also the course. So for people who are taking the course, it's all there, and it can all be scheduled out. So I'm excited about that. So you can find that under services at Join the Royal We. This also means that outside of the Royal We Live, I will not be taking any more personal phone calls outside of the live. So the live stream, whether it's Monday night and when this continues on and every night, this will be the opportunity for people to call, no cost, whatever. Just call, talk about your story, ask questions, talk to the moderators. But as far as personal one-on-one, because I did get a lot of phone calls. It became very difficult. I'm just looking at my phone the other day of the unanswered calls because I can't answer them, and the text messages, and it's just boom, 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 boom. And so I realized it just got out of control. It was a great idea to put a telephone number out there, but it's not good when you're not able to keep up. And so now being able to schedule for people to schedule appointments, it makes me accountable. So I'm accountable because people are actually paying for that time. So I'm accountable to stay with that appointment. It notifies me. Everybody's notified. Alarms are set. It's all organic, and it works. It functions great. Had appointment Saturday. It was fantastic. Anyways, 14 minutes. Why am I still talking about this? Yes, Monique, I am taking calls with the course. So that's an excellent question. Glad I saw that. Monique, what you need to do if you are taking the course, or anybody who's taken the course, please, please, please go to jointheroyalwe.com, set up an appointment. Don't worry about the payment part of it. Just set the appointment up, make a note there, taking the course, okay? And we'll go through an appointment, all right? We'll make sure that appointment's covered, all right? Because especially if you are owed that appointment, okay? And then in time, what we're going to do is figure out, because I believe at the course there's one appointment phone call, and so we'll allow that to take place. I want to make sure that anybody who has the course has that appointment, okay? And so from now on, anybody who does get the course from here on out automatically gets that appointment set up, all right? Right on, Monique. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Okay, so now I'll stop talking about that and actually get into something because, yeah, all right. So what I want to talk to you about tonight while we're waiting for some telephone calls is, and some questions from all of you, I want to talk to you about validation. This is actually going to be a huge part of the third and final video coming out. So the third and final video is going to be the third struggle, and it deals with the temptation and the pull of the world, okay? This is it's a real struggle. You can call it the devil, call it the world, whatever it is. It's the distraction that pulls you from rebuilding your life. And not only does it pull you from rebuilding your life, but it makes sense that it pulls you from rebuilding your life because it also offers a better solution than to listen to the voice in your head, that the exousia, right, which is constantly telling you that you're no good and this and that. So you've got the pull of the world. You've got the pull of something that looks great outside of where you're supposed to be. All right. Now watch this. When you start to follow this pull, this lure, and this could be a new group of friends, okay? It could be a new love interest. It could be whatever. It's luring you away from where you're supposed to be. And one of the reasons that this lure takes place is because of this need for validation. We got a call from New York, and I'm going to put you on hold real quick while I finish this thought. New York. We fall into this place of needing validation, and this is going to be a huge part of this video, of this struggle. We cannot find our purpose in somebody else's world. Do you follow me on that? You will not find your purpose in somebody else's world. You're going to find your purpose in your world first. Likewise, you will not find validation through other people's acceptance. Your validation has to come from within. This has taken me a long time to grasp and to start to understand. Your validation comes from within first. Now, the ones who are responsible for helping you to understand validation, in New York, please stay with me. I'll be right there. Validation has to be instilled by parents. The number one responsibility of parents, of the parental role, is to help children learn to validate themselves, self-validation. If parents fail in this responsibility, in this role, then children are left not knowing what their validation is and searching for validation from wherever they can get it. And this opens up the door to all kinds of problems, narcissistic abuse and narcissism, this and that. Not only that, but questioning their faith. Listen, parents are the first likeness of God to children. Because parents are everything. Children are so dependent. And I know this. I'm a father. Children are absolutely dependent. They have no say whatsoever. They know of no God except for what they're shown and how they're taught how to validate themselves and how they're validated and valued as precious beings and of loved beings. If they're not given that validation, if they're not shown love, what do they know about a God? What do they know about being accepted? What do they know about any internal value? That's where it comes from. Many of us, myself included, did not have this growing up. We had parents who tried, who gave it their best shot, but many of us come from broken homes. The dad left, the mom left, so-and-so was out. They were too busy fulfilling their own need for validation. Why did our parents split up? Why was dad always running around looking for other women? Because he had no validation in himself. He needed other women to validate him. His existence, right? Women go through the same thing, right? Or the wrong group of friends who introduce you into good times and drinking and drugs. Why? Because it feels validating. I'm part of something, right? And so this is an important concept to understand, is that you will never find your purpose in someone else's world, nor will you find your validation in other people's acceptance, because it's very limited. The time that other people's like you and want to be around you and want to share their life with you is a limited amount of time. It is. In friendships and this and that, they're not going to be, they can't carry the weight of supporting you and validating you all the days of your life. And I've learned this too, right? The biggest eye-opening for me, and I'm going to get to this phone call right now. This is the last point I'm going to make. The biggest eye-opening part of this for me was to understand that the narcissistic abuse that I endured from in-laws, in large, was because I was trying to find validation in fitting into a family that wasn't mine. It wasn't my world, right? And again, what's the motto of narcissistic abuse? It's being with people you have no business being with, doing things you have no business doing, going places you have no business going. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, no, Kevin, it's wrong. It's normal to try and fit into family. It's not. There was an unhealthiness about me trying to fit into the family to the point where my validation depended on the acceptance of those people. They couldn't do it. So my validation was crushed, right? Afterwards, I used to say in my prayer life, all I wanted was just to be a part of a family, and this was it, because I wanted my validation in that. And this is where it clicked into me, my eyes opened. Kevin, you were never called to join another person's family. You were called to become a family. You were called to become a family. And this is speaking to some of you right now. You were not called to join that. You were called to become this. And you fill in the blank. All right. Let's go ahead and take this phone call from New York. You're live on the Royal We.
Hi, Kevin. It's Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to say, praise to you that you're self-care with the phone calls. I mean, that can get crazy.
It did get
Um,
crazy. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm very glad it's all scheduled out. Appointments are set now, and it's going to work out a whole lot better for
yeah,
everybody.
and it's funny. I haven't been online as much. My dad was ill for the most of the summer,
Hmm.
and he passed away. Um, it was actually a beautiful experience. I watched him. I was there at his bedside. He died. He was like I didn't come from a dysfunctional family, and he was, needed me, and I was there for him. And the funny part is when you went off line for a while, I had reconnected with my narcissist as a friend, but then he wanted to push it forward and all this. And I got to a point where I thought, you know what, my dad needs me. And I said, I have no business being around you. And I cut him off completely.
Good.
And I just wanted to say something else about self care. Um, I'm the only person left on New York taking care of my dad's estate. My daughter's she's a senior. She's got to go to college. There's a lot of deadlines. But today I did something good for me. Um, I had too much on my plate, and I just couldn't. I'm a single mother. I have a daughter. I have a father. I'm the executor of the estate. There's a lot of legal things going on, and I came into work today, and my boss was like, "Well, what's going on?" And I said, I need some time. I said, I really need some time. I don't want to lose my job, and I said, I need to take a leave of absence because I just can't. There's just not enough of me to go around.
Good for you. If that's what you need to
And,
do that. Was he
yeah.
supportive? Was he supportive of that?
Oh, absolutely. He said to me, well, Laura, what can we do? I see that, things are going on and you're not the same. I'm like, I just have way too much on my plate. And I said, I need, he was like, well, absolutely, go to HR and we'll work out something. And I feel like God is just, I don't know. I just feel like things are coming into place
Make
all in one
sure
day.
make sure
Mm-hmm.
that you really take this time to heal. Don't take this time to reset. Take this time to
Mm-hmm.
start to rebuild, right?
Mm-hmm.
Use this time wisely. You have a lot of support. Your boss is supporting you. This is fantastic for you, right? If you've done right, you can really refresh so that when you go back, you can really get right back into, what it is you need to be doing.
And the other thing is, I don't even know if this is the right job for me.
Well,
It's a
there's always
dysfunctional
that. There's always that.
dysfunctional it's
Mhm.
a dysfunctional company. It's a single owner and and I don't even know if this is the right job for me. And I got a few offers today to perhaps work in a different field.
Mhm.
And through the friend, my father was a fireman, and he was a fireman for 40 something years, and he was very supported, and they're all supporting me, the firemen. And I feel like I've been given like a gift of another chance to maybe change my life. Maybe it's just not right what I'm doing.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
not working anymore.
This is I'm glad you brought this up because this is something during this break that you can really look into. Okay,
Mhm.
this idea and this concept. I'm glad you called this concept of trying to find validation outside of
Mhm.
yourself. All right,
Mhm.
so it's interesting when we are unsure of the work that we're doing. Is it we're unsure because we don't feel validated, or are we unsure because we know that we have something else we're supposed to be doing, right? Because oftentimes we can get stuck in the cycle of jumping from job to job to job to place to place to place because we're
Mhm.
looking for acceptance. We're trying to find ourselves, right? And
Right.
there's a part of this that is normal. But there's also a part that we need to say, wait a minute, am I looking for validation? Do I know who I am, what my gifts are, what it is I want to be doing, what it is I'm good at? And I know that I can invest myself in this responsibility on a daily basis and I can find contentment there, not because they're good people and they're validating me, but because I have the validation within myself to know what I'm doing and to do a good job. And I can see myself doing this for a long time, and it seems stable, on and on and on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been questioning, is this the right place for me to work? And I don't feel that it is, but that's why I wanted to take this break. I need time to just get myself together, get it, everything together, with taking care of the estate and everything else. And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't even know if this is the place I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good. It's definitely good to take this break.
Yeah, it's like a weight has been lifted off, and so it's just, I wanted to just share that with everyone that, maybe, what you think you're doing is, people get scared of change, and I just don't want to be unhappy, anymore. And that means with the narc, with
With
dealing
your
with
job,
that,
right?
with my job. Exactly.
Right.
So I need to reassess my life.
And yes, absolutely. And reassess your validation. Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
What is it you're looking for? What is it? Here's some questions that I would have you to walk away with during this time of
Mm-hmm.
break. What is it you're looking for? What is it you're looking for? And is it depending on something outside of yourself in order to cure this tiredness of this feeling like it's not working out for you? Is it depending on something outside of yourself? And how can you get to where it's coming from inside of yourself? And I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
sound like some kind of a guru coach, because I know it's deep, and I'm trying my best to put it into words. But
No, they're all valid questions, and I understand exactly what
right,
you're saying, and that's what I've been
right.
contemplating over the past few weeks after he
Are
died, and I'm like,
yeah, and you're and especially after you experience a death, like that, because things are really getting it's getting close to home now.
getting real. Yeah,
It's getting real, right? And you realize that, wow, life isn't that long. I don't
right.
have time to be messing around places I don't belong, people I don't belong with. You know what I mean? And which is totally counterculture. The culture will tell you, create your bucket list. Go wherever and do whatever you want to do. YOLO, you only live once. That's culture, that's the world. But guess what happens while you're doing that is you're not really building your life. You're grabbing on and latching on to other lives, other people's lifestyles. And when you do that, you put yourself at their disposal. Hello, narcissistic abuse. And when they let you go, because you're hanging on to that lifestyle, their lifestyle, you fall. And where do you always land? Right back in the emptiness of
Mm-hmm.
starting over, because you haven't yet built something for yourself. I'm gonna let
Right.
that
It's like take my power back. That's how I feel.
right.
I really need to reassess and find out what's good for me at this point.
Where's your
Because
power? Yeah, where's your power? Where's your life? Where's your calling? Where's your purpose? What really makes you happy? Not latching on to others, but what really from within you. What do you have within you going outward that really makes you feel good? Right? That's the question.
absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, those are really good questions. I thank you
Right on.
for
Thank
your.
you.
All right. Have a good night.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. That was a good call. Thank you so much for calling in. Telephone line is open. Sorry for that beep there. And that goes right in line with where a lot of us are, and where that video. I'm going to try my best to put a little bit of that type of dynamic in the video that I'm going to follow up with, the third and final struggle after narcissistic abuse, which is being lured into people, places, and things that we shouldn't be, right? In effort to just avoid our own chaotic mess and emptiness that we have to build in, right? Because it's easier. And I think we spend a good majority of our life doing that. We ditch who we are and where we are. We ditch that for something else that looks better, right? But the truth is that it doesn't. It's not yours. It's not mine. So we can only hold on to it for so long before we're let go. And when we're let go, we fall right back into that emptiness or that place that we need to start building from. And that's right here. It's right here. The self, yourself, right? And that doesn't mean you can't be a part of groups and you can't be a part of congregations and you can't be a part of church. It doesn't mean any of that stuff, right? Because absolutely you can. But you're doing it from the inside out. You're building relationships from the inside out. Hi, I'm so and so. I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. And not in a dependent way of, well, I need friends and I need people and I want people to be weird and quirky so I can get along with them. You're not going to have that, right? You have to be able to understand who you are and be able to have relationships with people, meeting them where they're at. One of the things with relationships I've learned is that it's okay to compartmentalize your relationships. I think a lot of us are trying to find that good old bestie, that best friend, the BFF, the one person or the one group of people who know everything about you. You know everything about them. You wake up and the first thing you do is call them in the morning, right? It's like the old TV show Friends, right? You just barge in, random hours, drink together, laugh together, right? Okay, so the bad things about shows like that is that doesn't really exist. If it does, it lasts for at most 3 semesters while you're in college and you happen to be dorming together in a dormitory. But after that doesn't exist. It really doesn't. And you don't want it to, right? But we're looking for that, for our identity in these groups and stuff, instead of getting to know who we are and then living out from that. And when we live out from that, we discover that we can compartmentalize our relationships. So really in life, there's going to be very few, if any, people who truly know everything about you, the ups, the downs, the sicknesses, the illnesses, the mental conditions, the likes, the dislikes. And this would be your unified partner, your spouse. So that's the reason for that. And this is what makes things like marriage so difficult. People think marriage is fantastic. Oh my gosh, it's all roses all the time. No, it's not. You know everything about each other. It becomes scary at times, terrifying, right? And you work through those struggles. You're supposed to. Too often people run. I'm out. This is too deep. It's too heavy. It's too hard. I'm out of here. It was fun when it was a shallow dating relationship and we were honeymooning. That was good stuff, right? Now it's just crazy. It's deep. I can't deal. Okay. And so this is the real test of an individual's selfishness versus their sense of, no, I'm doing this because I want to live from inside out in this, and you grow together in marriage. But outside of that unification relationship, there's not really any relationship that I can think of. Maybe some of you know of one where somebody really knows everything, right? And so, I mean, not even parents, right? I mean, my parents don't know everything about me. I'm sure your parents don't know everything about you. I'm not going to know everything about my kids. I'm just not, right? So what is then? What can you do with these relationships? Well, I've learned that it's okay to compartmentalize them. You will find that you have certain friends and certain people who you can hang out with and go have a barbecue with once a month and have a great time. Laugh, joke, and you keep it at that level. Have a barbecue, have a drink, talk life briefly, not too deep, because that's where you meet those people. And that's okay. That's that relationship. You'll have other friends who are, kind of wild. They just like to be weird. You could be weird with them. Then you have other friends who you meet maybe at a church or some kind of a support group, like the Royal We. And you talk about the hurts and the pains of dealing with toxic people who have hurt you. You work at that level. right? It's okay, because in each one you're bringing out, you're living from within yourself. You're offering and you're helping, but it's compartmentalized, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to do that. I've learned that it's okay. Yeah. So with that, are there any more questions, comments? What are you all talking about? Let's see. I'm scrolling through the questions here on the chat. Looks like you're all just. Looks like you're all just. You guys are like good friends. This is what it looks like when you're almost unified right here. Everybody's talking about everything. I see laughing and crying all here on this thing. So I'm terrified to trust. Sunny brings up a good point. Terrified to trust. Sunny, this is exactly what I'm talking about, is being terrified to trust. And the reality is that trust is a very, and maybe Blue can help here, because I made a video on trust, on whether or not you should trust. And the whole point of the video was getting to this point that trust is a trust doesn't exist in a way. It's not a it's not something that well, let me in the Bible, I like to lean on the Bible on these things. And there's a scripture where it says that Jesus did not entrust himself to the people. There was a great following, great people who were listening to him, and everybody's saying, "Oh, Jesus," but it says he did not entrust himself to them, because he knew the hearts of men, all men, of humanity. He did not. God himself did not trust the hearts of flesh. This right here. This is what the ancient people, the Bible, were trying to tell us, that if it's dependent on this flesh, these bodies, trust doesn't work. You'll be let down. Always. Because with this flesh comes the automatic desire for selfishness, self-preservation. Right? There's only one story of one person who offered up his life for many. But that's why there's just there's just selfishness, right? And so trusting is not something that we're supposed to do. You can believe people, but you don't entrust them to the point where you trust your well-being unconsciously over to them, right? And obviously there's situations in life where we have no choice. Somebody has to take care of you because you can't take care of yourself, right? But again, this isn't something that's relying necessarily on trust as much as this is the goodwill and the good work of other people, okay? But it's a very deep concept, and I encourage you to look more into it. So the reality is to answer the question of how do you trust again, perhaps we're not supposed to trust to this certain level of understanding of what we believe trust even is. We have this idea of, well, you're my best friend. I could tell you everything about me because I trust you. Well, what is that exactly? What does that mean? Because we're telling this to another person, who is flesh and has their own desires, and at the end of the day, their own wants and stuff like that. So it becomes very, very difficult, right? So I guess what the point of this is to make sure that everything that comes out of you has purpose and is thought out and has meaning and is not attached to something that you need desperately. Because if it is, I tell you this because I need this desperately from you, then you might be putting yourself in a position of being let down. That's the point of that. Hopefully it's making sense and I'm not rambling too much here. Let's see. Benefit of the doubt. That's a good way to. Yeah, benefit of the doubt can always backfire, right? Yeah, again, the whole benefit of the doubt, trust, really wild. People can do the most horrible things and then turn around and say, "Do you trust me?" It makes no sense. It's kind of like love. What is love? I had never, one of the things about narcissistic abuse that really bothered me was the delusional twisting of the word love. Because and all of you know this, you can be in an abusive relationship where you are horrifically demeaned and devalued, cussed at, called names, criticized, but then you're told that you're loved. I do this because I love you, right? How many of you heard that? Talk about cognitive dissonance. None of these things represent, no demeaning nature, criticisms, cussing, name-calling, none of that represents what you would believe love is. And so it causes you to say, well, wait a minute. If love to you is that, but it's not to me, then what is love? And so now we get into this area of, well, what is love? Who's right? Who's wrong? Well, again, we have to understand that, and this is why, again, I lean on the ancient text of the Bible. Go back and look at what they referred to as love. And in the ancient days, they did not even have one word, love, the way we have, which encompasses everything. And that's why everything's screwed up. English language and other modern cultural languages have this one word that tries to encompass all this stuff. I love you. What does that mean? I don't know. It's just this is why you use the same word to say to an intimate sexual partner, love you. It means oftentimes nothing. You use that same word to talk to your parents, love you, mom, love you, dad. Use the same, right? So what are we doing? What is this word and what does it mean? And abusive people abuse you, name call, cuss, and then say, oh, love you the next day. What does it mean? Right? It has no meaning whatsoever. Okay? It's a word that is so loosely unraveled and carries no weight. And so this is why when you look at the ancient texts, they didn't have one word like that. You don't hear the ancient people saying "I love you" and meaning this big encompassing kumbaya type of thing. It wasn't like that. They actually had different broken up words that they used to mean very specific things. They had agape, which is a love, and this is the love that's used in reference to the way that the person of Jesus loved people. This agape love is a love that is from within. I do gestures of kindness because I love you, meaning you don't have to do anything for me. I'm just going to do this for you because it's who I am. It's coming from me. This is the kind of love, if you give food to a homeless person, for example, you're showing agape love. You know that homeless person can't pay you anything. You know that homeless person isn't going to give you any food back, yet you are compelled through agape to do this gesture because you can, and you have the authority and the power to do that. That's agape. This is the love that the person of Jesus had for people, okay? And then outside of that, you had a type of love that was expressed between an intimate sexual relationship. I believe it's eros. Eros is a passion-filled desire type love. And then there's others, right? And I encourage you to look into these so you can understand better that when they talked about these different feelings and desires and emotions of being human, they broke it up into different things that had very specific meanings. There was no such word as love that encompasses everything the way our culture has. And this is why we get into so much trouble, because nobody knows then, well, what does this word love mean? If an abusive person can say, I love you, and then do horrible things, well, to them, that's love, because love is such it's too big of a concept, right? And so to them, it absolutely can encompass abuse as being loving, right? So we got to watch out for that. And I don't know how I got onto that from talking about trust, but they kind of fit in the same category. Trust is the same thing. What is trust? So if you want to ask yourself, how can I trust again? The Royal We perspective is learn not to. Learn not to. Don't live a life expecting to be able to trust If you have people in your life who you know will not let you down, then good, you're blessed. That's a blessed relationship. But I would not spend too much time wondering who can I trust and who will trust me, because it's a very slippery slope, right? I hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. All right. Any other questions for tonight? I'm enjoying talking with you guys here, with you guys and gals. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited that Blue is here and Monique. And are there any other phone calls? I did not look at the questions on text message, but I can go ahead and do that. See if I can pull up some questions here from the text messages or the emails, because I do get a lot of questions from there. Let me see what I got going on here. All right. Narcissism in the past. Okay. I've read a lot about narcissism in the past. Just had some questions on whether certain behaviors of the last person I dated were narcissistic. I'll look at your website. Okay. Hello, I'm a victim of narcissistic abuse. Really am struggling to deal with it. My girlfriend is abusing me by not letting me chill with my friends and has all my social media and friends' numbers, which she sneakily got in order to try to control my life and who I see and what I do. Now she messages my mom. I don't know what to do. This is rough, you know. Wow. This is really this is a tough one. This is where you've got to step up and be a man. I'm going to put it out there like this. You got to not to be crude, but you got to where's your balls, man? Excuse the language, but listen, there's no reason whatsoever that a girlfriend, you're not married, you're dating, first of all. So understand that. She has no authority because there's no unification in your life, right? And she's telling you cannot chill with friends, and she's contacting your friends. She's running your life like you are her slave. So a couple of things you have to understand. First, the way to answer this question is you have to come to this realization of, one, is this the life that you want to live? Is this the woman that you see growing old with, doing things with, making a family with? It sounds to me like you would be under very tight control. It would be quite tyrannical, a little dictatorship with Queen Bee in the middle, right? And to some extent, there's a part of that that's going to be real either way, but you want it to be good and equal and mature. This sounds like you feel very unfairly ruled in this relationship. It's a scary thing because what I'm thinking is that this relationship has probably gone into areas normal and natural in today's culture, which is unfortunate, meaning you've probably have gotten sexual. You have probably gone down this route, especially if this type of control is coming out. And so to go against this now, you would have to face your own uncomfort, and you would have to face your own fear of knowing that you messed up. How'd you mess up? By getting involved with somebody so deeply to where it created this environment, right? Oftentimes, and this is one thing I wish I could tell all young men, right? Unless you're a complete jerk and crazy narcissistic individual, but especially like if you're an empath, this is a big no-no. Here's what happens if you get involved as a young couple, boyfriend, girlfriend, you start getting involved sexually, things like that, especially as an empath. You know that you've connected with that person in a deep physical, intimate level. An empath will understand that you became one with her. An empath will understand that she gave to you something that is precious, something that is a very limited resource. It's her. It's all she has to give. The problem with doing this outside of the context of marriage or a very well-established, committed agreement of a relationship is that when it comes to this place where then they start to say, okay, since I gave you this of my life, I gave you everything I had, now I get to control you in some ways. And you decide, oh, I don't like that. Guess what's going to be waved in front of your face? How dare you say you don't like what I'm doing? I have given you everything. And how dare you tell me, right? This is what you have to watch out for when you deal with narcissistic personalities, controlling personalities, because they do use their themselves often. In the case of narcissistic women, they will absolutely use their sex oftentimes as a way to gain control. And they feel completely justified in that. I gave you the best I have to give, and you're not going to let me control you? Are you right? That's the narcissistic mentality. You owe me for life, right? Men do the same thing in other ways. I've done this. I paid for your dinner, and you're going to deny me? I'm so good looking, and you're going to deny me, right? So this is what you have to watch out for. And with empaths, it becomes scary because when you fall into that trap as an empath, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I did do that. I did use her body. I'm scared. What does it mean? I do owe her. And so now this question comes from this place of being in that spot, right? And that's exactly what I hear. I know I'm reading real deep into this, but this is how I look into these situations here. She's not letting him chill with friends. She's exerting control. I've been giving you things that you want. Now you're going to give me what I want. I don't want you with your friends anymore. I don't want, you on social media anymore. I'm going to contact your friends. I'm going to be in control. And I'm going to start talking to your mom. And so the more this gets out of hand, the more it gets out of hand. The best thing to do in this situation is to take a breath, take a step back. Try to talk if you can. Listen, this isn't cool. I want to talk to my friends. Don't contact my friends. We're not married. Whatever. If it doesn't work and if it blows up, then you have to really think, is this the woman I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? If it's not, you're going to have to get out. And it's not going to be pretty because you stepping out is going to be rejection for this person. After this person is while this person's trying to gain control over your life, you're rejecting it, her control. It's not going to end good. With narcissists, it could be very hostile, very volatile. Like I said, very explosive. Okay? But you're going to have to do it. And it's going to be one of the scariest things you've ever stood up to. Why is it so scary? A part of it is because you did something you shouldn't have been doing. Again, narcissistic abuse is oftentimes being with people you have no business being with, doing things you have no business doing, going places you have no business going. And oftentimes it's too late. You're, uh-oh, what did I do? What did I get myself wrapped up in? And it's very hard to get out, right? Unscathed. All right. So that's my suggestion on that. Let's see. I wonder. Let's see some of the comments there. Who all agrees with me on some of that stuff that I said? Or was I way out of line there? Yes. Guilty. Gave my body up way, way, way too early. Yeah. Get out. Absolutely. Getting to know one another. Netflix and chill doesn't work. No, it does not. What's the word after exousia? I don't know how to spell it. So there's arche, there's exousia, blue, and then the final video, which I haven't made yet. But the final video is, let me go back here to my notes. Sorry, Blue. It's Cosmic Fator. Cosmic Fator, right? Cosmo. I've heard it pronounced like Cosmo Crater, but that's not it. It's there's an F in there. It's Cosmo, right? Cosmic Fator. Cosmic Fator. I'm not ancient Greek, so I'm doing the best job I can to say that. What it refers to is Satan, demonic influences. All right. This is the ancient Greek best understanding for this struggle, referring to Satan, demons influencing the lives of worldly people. So with the third and final video of the struggles after narcissistic abuse, I'm going to be focusing on the lure of the world, right? The lure of the lure of the world. Yep. It's what it's going to be about, and I'm looking forward to putting that together. So hopefully you got that, Blue. Cosmok Fator, ancient Greek word. Third and final struggle that I'm going to be talking about. Cosmok Fator. Yeah. Not spelt like that D, but that's kind of it. That's kind of it. Right on. Howling, Kevin, I've been winning and getting attacked on a whole nutter level. Nutter. Like nutter butter. Cosmo Fator. You all are going to have a good time with that one. Cosmok Fator. Nice one, D. All right, listen. You all are going to just make me laugh, so I'm going to try to find some more. I'm going to find another question here to answer. The phone line is still open. I think people forgot that you are welcome to call in. Actually, we're going to wrap it up here in just a couple of minutes. See if I can find one more question here. Let's see. No. Lots of text, but not a lot of questions. It's mostly, can I call you? Are you available? Do you talk to people? Are you real? I do get that. If people text and say, are you a real person? I'm a real person. I love the passion you have for making the videos. Cool. Thank you very much. A lot of people are just saying, hey, good job. I appreciate that. I really do. Oh, by the way, I have to mention this. If you would like to share your appreciation, for those of you who are not on Patreon, if you're looking for another way to share your support, you please go to the Facebook page, join the Royal We on Facebook. And if you're not already on there, you can go ahead and just find me there. But leave a review, a positive review, because the reviews really help in rankings and all that good stuff. Let's see if I can find. I want to find a good question. Well, I can't find a good question right now. So I think what I'll do, since I think that's a sign, just to go ahead and sign off and say good night to people. Good night, everybody. I had a very, 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 leave a review. Yeah, thank you, Blue. Thank you, Blue. Shoot, Blue, you beat me to it. Tanya, you'll have to get those chops up. gonna be Blue. I don't even know how Blue manages to just pull this stuff like out of the sky from right in front of her. It's just like bleak. There's the link to psychology of whatever Kevin's talking about. It just appears. So yeah, that's Blue, you've been so missed. It's so good to see you. And I do want to talk to the moderators, and I'd like to be able to share some things with you as far as the website, the Join the Royal We website. I'm going to be putting out mailers and things like that, and I want to be able to incorporate some of you all, the moderators, some of you all, and what you're doing and where you're at. So I'm going to spend some time with each one of you hopefully as soon as you're available. You're available after the live feed? Cool. We'll talk. We'll chat. And we'll make this stuff happen. I'm going to have to... Okay. I wonder, can we still chat even when this is... Probably on phone, Blue. On phone. I wonder if we can do it on this right here when I sign off. I don't know. We'll find out. Or, I'm trying to think, where can we go? Moderators. We have 41 people watching right now as I'm doing a meeting with the moderators here. Moderators, where would you like to meet? Where can we meet to talk about stuff? Some things. If I just want to run some things past you. It doesn't have to be private, so that's fine. I just wanted to run some things. Yes. Okay. So we'll just chat here then. That's fine. Unless you have a... We could do Facebook. We'll do it right here. All right. So with that, I'm just gonna... I'll go ahead and sign off, and then I'll just continue chatting with the moderators here. So for those of you who are watching the Royal We Live, thank you so much. Please, if you would like to support the Royal We Live, which this is just a community for you. We take phone calls. This is the only time where we will take live phone calls, free questions and answers. It's a place of healing for you. The moderators are here for you. If you'd like to support this, you can go to Join the Royal We on Patreon, and you can offer your support for this live community there. And the goal right now is still set to 300 Patreons, and we'll be live every single night because 300 Patreons would be able to afford that. But right now, it's affording every Monday night. Very grateful, very blessed to be here. I love being here with you. Also, be sure to check out the website, jointheroyalwe.com, for all kinds of resources, blogs that are going to be coming more out, information on narcissistic abuse, scheduling for one-on-one appointments. Obviously the one-on-one appointments is formatted a lot differently than this. It is actually sessions of where we're working through your particular struggles one-on-one and going through it. With that, a good night to everybody, and be on the lookout for the other video. I don't believe the final video on Kazmak Fatur is going to be out this week because I'm still working on that, but it will be out soon, and I'm looking forward to finishing this video. And I will be here next Monday live right here on the Royal We, and you can also look out for blog posts. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Join the Royal We, you'll see this stuff out there. We're going to be putting blog posts out there every day. Every morning I put a blog post. Usually the blog post is an older video that I do a little write-up on. So it might be a good thing for you to join so you can catch some of the older videos and a little bit more of the insight behind them. And with that, have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. You need a Discord page? Discard page. I need a discard page. All right. How about some music? Yeah. Here you go. All right, Tanya. Discord. Discord. All right. So for the moderators that are still here, and the 34 people who are also watching and paying attention, what I'd like to do is send out emails to... There's a lot of email subscribers to the Royal We through Teachable, and also through... Teachable's where most of them came from. People who either were interested in taking the course or did take the course or just signed up. And there's also some new email subscribers. So the point is, we got a pretty big email list. I want to start to utilize that and send out emails and have the capability to do automatic emails and stuff like that, which is new territory, but I want to use it as a way to help people and really offer some good supportive information. And I was thinking that it would be great because it's an opportunity to feature possibly a story or an understanding or a statement or an introduction of people who are doing great things, either with the royal we or outside of the royal we, but coming out of narcissistic abuse. And it would be a great way to add something into, I believe, into people's lives, using an email, using a feature, using a spotlight type of thing, and with that story. So I wanted to run that by you because you as the moderators and what you and everything that you do and helping people through the Facebook group and your efforts, that'd be a good thing to be able to offer a spotlight on you if you are okay with having a spotlight on you, as we go on and try to put out some emails every now and then. I'm not going to get spammy with emails. I don't believe in that. Me, myself, I don't like spam emails. I kind of delete them, but I want to figure out a way to put out emails that really, every now and then, not all the time. I'm not going to be a daily email person. I'm not turning into an email marketer, but every now and then, I would like to put out something that's going to enrich somebody who's struggling. And so it's important to try and figure out how can an email be sent that's really going to touch somebody's life once every 2 weeks, or you know what I mean, something to that extent. I'm looking at that, and I figure adding a helpful article. No one wants useless emails. That's it. Yeah, no, I think yes, we use it. What are you guys talking about? Let me see. No, I don't game. I game. Oh, you guys are having a different conversation. Anyways, so that's what I want to talk to you about is being able to put some emails out there featuring you. You like the idea? So is that a yes, you would like to be featured on an email? Discord is a gaming chat server? Is it like a... Is it gaming chat server? You guys game? Gaming? Like Mario Brothers? You chat and play Mario Brothers? Is that what it is? You play some, like Ventrilo. Is that a game? I'm super bored. No online games? What is Pubica? Are you all even typing English words anymore?
What are some land biomes?
Whoa.
Grassland, desert, scrubland, tundra.
I have no idea what that is.
Forest too. Ooh.
Whoa. And we're not going to play that anymore. Wow. Whoa. Some weird stuff on that playlist. All right, so that wasn't me. That wasn't my voice. That wasn't my song. I have no idea. No idea what some of this stuff is.
The tin whistle, the tin whistle, the tin whistle. Do you know?
I can't even play that anymore. I don't want to get in trouble. I have no idea what that is. The tin whistle. The tin whistle. No, that wasn't me. I'm not doing...
Left hand on top.
Whoa!
Land biomes. Grassland, desert.
Okay. All right. I'm done. I don't know what that is. Grassland deserts. An interference in the royal we multiverse is occurring. I think so. I don't know. My mind is blown. Boom. All right. So I have lost control. Something has taken over. So we all agree then. So I believe that a good email, sending out some emails would be a good thing for you, to a way for you to share in the spotlight, share with people. So again, there's a lot of people on the mailing list. So moderators, if you want to come up with something, your own spotlight of, and what I would suggest is a good picture, right? If this is something you're interested in, if you think it'd be cool, and a good picture, a good story, a good revelation of your story, and how it impacts, how your life has changed, right? And and that's it. That's my pep talk right there. I think y'all can work with that. I have not been hacked. A picture of the back of your head, blue. That's fine. Why you know what, Blue? Have you heard of Sia? Why don't you do that? Isn't that what Sia does, the singer? Doesn't she just put sunglasses on the back of her head and then just take pictures of that? You could do something like that. You can rock that, right? We'll call you Sia Blue. Sia Blue. What is that? Sia. Oh, it's Sia. Sia is a singer. She's a singer. She does like all the latest hits and stuff of whatever, rap, R&B. Singer, right? Sia. But she never shows her face. She only shows hair and big sunglasses just covering her. I don't know. It's her thing. I have a unicorn head mask you can wear. No, Blue Sia. Be blessed. Hey, be blessed. Mr. Silva, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Very glad that you're here. I'm really just enjoying talking with you all. I wish, and also moderators, this time. Oh, Sia. Yeah, now you know who Sia is. I don't listen to that demonic crap by Illuminati Puppet. Good for you. Good for you. Then then don't do that. Let's not do that. Here, let's not be Sia. Come on. Leah, Blue. Here, this will make you better.
Grassland desert, scrubland tundra, deciduous forest, coniferous forest too.
Yeah, that's. I think that's Sia. Actually, I think that's Sia right there. So anyhow, so moderators, so do that. Do something. Spotlight on yourself. Whatever picture you would like to have of yourself, and in Blue's case, I don't know what to tell you. Love your singing voice, Kevin. I don't know what to tell you as far as a picture, but I know that you would have a great coniferous forest. What exactly, Sonny? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Cornucopous forest. What?
Geography.
Ooh, I don't know what that is. Anyways, send those in to me, guys. All right, moderators, send those to me, and we will start to put them out on the emails. And also make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure I have your email address as well. And we will, that's right. We're all laughing. This is good. I'm having a great time hanging out with you. I'm enjoying staying with you. I don't want to sign off, but I better sign off. I better get to sleep here pretty soon. But that's really what I want to talk to you about, moderators, is to put out some spotlights and see how that goes. So if you want to come up with a spotlight story, situation, or just where you're at in life, where you were, where you're at, and also make sure it's pertaining to toxic relationships, coming out of toxic relationships, your perspectives on it, right? And we'll spotlight it, put it on an email, see how that works out. And I'm looking forward to it. Send a Sia pic. I'm not putting a Sia pic. This is look at this is Sia who hangs out with the royal we. No, we're not going to do that. Blue's way better, anyways. I would prefer one blue over 100 Sias. I mean, that's for sure. Sia who? Who needs Sia? We've got blue. That's what I'm talking about. Who needs Sia? We've got blue. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. Wait, subscribe to where? Tanya, the email. Make sure you've subscribed to an email. Make sure I just have an email address for you. That's all. That's all. So you can get it. All right. All right, everybody. With that, have a great night. Lots of love to you. By love, I mean agape, I think. I think that's the right one. One of them. But have a great night, everybody. And we will see you live and next Monday night for sure. All right. Doot, doot, doot. All right. Let's get some doot, doot, doots going here. Here we go. Good night, everybody.